Do you ever feel like life is a bit too heavy, even when everything on the outside seems just fine? Maybe your job is stable, your responsibilities are under control, and people around you seem supportive. But deep down, something still feels off. That weight you carry may not be obvious. It doesn't shout or demand attention, but it lingers. And often, it isn't about the external world at all. It's about the quiet habits, the small choices, and the emotional clutter that slowly builds up inside you. We hesitate to ask for help, fearing it makes us weak or burdensome. But the truth is, this silent struggle only leads to exhaustion. What if sharing your load wasn't failure, but freedom? Start by recognizing your limits, not as shortcomings, but as signs of your humanity. Ask for help. Accept support. Let someone in. Japanese minimalism teaches that every object we keep should serve a purpose or bring us joy. Ask yourself, does this still reflect who I am? Or am I holding on to who I used to be? You deserve to live in the present, not trapped by the past. When you free your space, you free your soul. Let go of the idea that more equals better. Instead, embrace a life curated with intention. But every small choice to simplify is a step closer to the life you truly want. Share in the comments. Which habit are you ready to release today? Your story might just be the inspiration someone else needs to begin. Because when you strip away the excess, what remains is clarity. And in that clarity, you find freedom, purpose, and peace. Because in vulnerability, there is strength. And in connection, there is healing. We stretch ourselves too thin, trying to meet every expectation until there's nothing left for ourselves. Japanese minimalism isn't about detaching from others, but about attaching to what truly matters. But what if all that more is what keeps us from feeling enough? What if happiness isn't found in what we add, but in what we remove? Minimalism flips the script. It asks, what truly adds value to your life? And what just adds noise? Learn to say yes to the right things by saying no to the wrong ones. Your peace is worth protecting, and every boundary you create is a brick in the home of your self-respect. At first they seem innocent, even comforting. But over time, they become more than just things. They become anchors. They tie us to moments we can't move past, identities we've outgrown, and emotions we're afraid to face. Maybe it's to avoid conflict, or to not let someone down. But every time you say yes to something that drains you, you're saying no to yourself. This habit of people-pleasing is a slow erosion of your identity. Over time, you become a shadow of what others expect, instead of the person you truly are. Inspired by the philosophy of Japanese minimalism, this journey isn't about throwing everything away. It's about making space for joy, space for peace, and space for meaning. What if eliminating just one habit could unlock a sense of lightness you forgot was possible? By establishing simple, thoughtful routines, you reclaim control over your life. Imagine mornings that feel calm, not rushed. Imagine knowing where everything is without having to search. These aren't dreams, they're decisions. Let your routine become the foundation of your peace, not the source of your stress. Because when your day flows with purpose, your mind finds its freedom. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you won't just understand what needs to go, you'll feel empowered to let it go. The final habit we share is one of the hardest to break, but also the most transformative. Have you ever woken up late, skipped breakfast, and dashed out the door in a whirlwind of stress? Maybe you couldn't find your keys or forgot an important task, and the whole day felt like damage control. That right there is the cost of a chaotic routine. You might think it's harmless, just a temporary state, but over time, it steals your clarity, your energy, and your joy. Minimalism isn't just about clean spaces. It's about clean rhythms. Somewhere along the way, many of us learned that strength means doing it all alone. Japanese minimalism reminds us that simplicity isn't only about things. It's about emotions, it's responsibilities, and the weight of trying to be everything to everyone. We all have things we hold on to: old clothes, childhood keepsakes, gifts from people who are no longer in our lives. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means choosing presence over nostalgia, peace over emotional clutter. How often do you say yes when your heart wants to say no? Saying no isn't rude, it's responsible. It's a declaration that your time, your energy, and your values matter. We live in a world that tells us more is better, More clothes, more gadgets, more likes, more success. True joy is found in simplicity, in quiet moments, in meaningful connections, in experiences that feed your soul, not just your status. Letting go is a journey, not a destination.